why you don't get what you want in your relationship, and how to fix it. Hi, I'm Dr. Dylan Wilson, the couples coach. I have heard over the years from a lot of women and guys in relationships and even dating that they're actually with someone that they like. One of the issues is that they don't get what they want in a relationship. And it can become annoying, especially if it's something that's important to you and it keeps happening over time. A lot of times they say that when they revisit it, it can degenerate into an argument, quasi argument, or go left or go in some other direction. Either way, they don't get what they actually want. And the culprit is not knowing how to communicate properly to your partner. So the solution is having a simple technique that you can do that you can convey what you want in a relationship and get what you want so that you're happy. So years ago, many years ago, I came up with a solution for which I call the positive feedback sandwich. And it's a way of conveying what you want to someone, whether it's a request or even sometimes feedback. Not criticism. Criticism is the worst thing. You don't want to ever criticize someone. Yet feedback people like. And the positive feedback sandwich works really well with any type of relationship. This includes even a business relationship, just a regular interpersonal relationship, or even a romantic relationship. And here's a simple formula. So it's like a sandwich. So think of the bread, then the meat, then the bread. So the first slice of bread is a compliment, right? Then the thing in the middle is either your request or feedback, what some people call criticism, right? And then the last piece of the bread is another compliment. Just think of compliment, request or feedback, and then compliment. And I'm going to give you some examples in a moment. When you do it like this, it feels amazing to people when they hear it. And when you do it right, they'll actually seek you. You'll get what you want most of the time, vast majority of the time. And if it is something where you want them to do something better, which is what I describe as being feedback, not criticism, they'll get to the point where they actually will seek you out and ask you for your feedback. Who seeks you out to ask you for your criticism? Right? Yeah, when you actually give great positive feedback, people will seek you out and want your input and want your advice. So let's run through a couple examples of it. So here's an example of how people use it in business. The supervisor might come up and say, hey, Tina, I'd just talk to you for a minute. I'd like to let you know you're doing a great job with all the research and the reports that you're putting together. You let Tina respond. She's feeling good. One thing, though, moving forward, if you could organize your research and the reports using the templates that we gave you, that would be awesome. Let Tina respond. So, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then you finish up with, once again, everything else is looking great. Now, when Tina hears this, Tina feels amazing. And it inspires her to want to do an even better job. Now, in that example, that was both a request and feedback. So from another perspective, we were criticizing Tina that her research and reports are all sloppy and disorganized, right? Imagine coming at her from that tag, oh, it's stuff is sloppy and disorganized. I'll be paying you for it. Right? That would really demoralize her, and she wouldn't wish to hear us saying, oh, make sure you stick to the templates. So once you do this a few times, you get the hang of it. Well, why does this work? When you use the positive feedback sandwich, the person you're talking to, they actually see that you recognize that they're doing a good job. That's always important to people. In a relationship or at work doesn't matter, right? Any type of relationship, they recognize or they understand that you recognize they're doing a good job. Also, that you actually appreciate their effort. Both women and men always feel amazing when they know, the person talking to them appreciates them and their efforts. And then also with that, you always are giving them a choice. You're not just telling them what to do. Again, you're not their boss. Even this is the bosses have to learn. In business, they learn the same thing. Try to get much more better performance, have better relations with their employee. It's the same thing you learn in any type of relationship, whether you're married or dating. It doesn't matter. So being able to give a person a choice and they decide to do it means a lot, because it means that you're not trying to manipulate them or make them do something that they may not want to do. Give you one more example. This one directly for relationships. All right, so here's one for relationships. All right, we'll say that the lady in the relationship wants to go out, wants her husband or boyfriend to take her out. Here's what you can say. Sweetheart, can I talk to you for a minute? I just wanted to tell you that, the last few dates that we went on, when you took me here and took me there, I had a wonderful time. You did a great job planning everything, and I had a really good time. Let him respond. Now that's the bread, right? Now we get to the sandwich. The feedback or the request or both. Is it possible that we can go out maybe at least 2 Saturday nights per month? I just like to get out of the house more, and I like to for you and I to spend time together, just the two of us. Let him respond. Then you finish up with another compliment. Yet, like I said, everything else. I mean, you've done such a great job. I'm really impressed with how all the places we went to and how you planned everything out. I have a great time. And so suddenly, once again, he realizes that you recognize he's doing a job. It's not easy planning out dates and stuff, right? So he understands that you recognize that he's doing a job and you're telling him you're doing a good job. Even choosing a restaurant, taking a lady out to a restaurant, that's a job, it's work to do, right? And so letting him know you appreciate that is huge. Plus that you appreciate his effort beyond simply saying thank you at the end of the day, and that you're actually giving him a choice. You're not telling him, we need to go out of the house more, we need to do this, we need to do that. That you're giving him a choice. Is it possible we can go out 2 Saturdays per month? Because now, especially as a man in the relationship, he's in that leadership position to actually make the call. So the positive feedback sandwich very respectfully helps to guide the person to where you'd like them to go and ultimately makes them feel good about your feedback request. Like more relationship tips in your inbox? Sign up at getrelationshiptips.com and follow for more great advice.